All right, folks, this is the last topic for this section of UiPath Studio activity and properties. And we are going to check the picture-in-picture mode. So this is a very interesting feature of UiPath that allows you to create a new session to run your automations. So let's take a look first on our official documentation. And I want to bring your attention to some issues that this feature has. Even though it is very interesting and you have to explore this to use in your automations, just keep in mind that there are some limitations. So for example, let me just scroll all the way to the bottom. And there is a section of known issues and limitations. And you have to read this before you actually use it in your own automations. And the major issues that I found here are, first, you have to type your password if you use credentials with passwords every time that you run a session with picture-in-picture mode. 2, you are allowed to run only one session at a time. And the third one is that it's very difficult to find a scenario where the picture-in-picture mode will work from start to end. So you have to be very careful and read everything that you see here before you enter in this adventure of using the picture-in-picture mode. Nonetheless, let's take a look on our UiPath Studio because this is required to your UiPath exam. So let's jump to the UiPath Studio and see from there. All right, folks. So in my UiPath Studio, I will create a very, very simple automation. Just a message box. And we are going to deploy this. We're going to publish this automation to our orchestrator. And the name is going to be my first PiP project. Now let me jump to the UiPath Assistant. And in my UiPath Assistant, I have here my first PiP project. And how can I run this as a picture-in-picture mode? There is an option here, run in PiP. When I hit this button, the UiPath will create a session only for this automation. And then we are going to have a different screen separated from the main screen. But a lot of things are going to be shared between the two sessions. So you have to read the documentation to make sure that you understand 100% before you try to use this. So you can see here where it is loading it is a different box. It is a different session of my computer. It's not attached to the background. And shortly enough, we'll start my automation and we should see a message popping up. I have to click OK in order to conclude this automation. But to do that, I have to take control of the box that the PiP mode is running. And the automation is finished. But the session is still there. So if I have to get rid of this, I have to close. And that's it. This is how the picture-in-picture mode works. So this can be very useful if you have automations that are using UI elements. So in that case, your automation can be running on the picture-in-picture mode using the UI elements, clicking in buttons, typing texts, and the user will still be able to use the computer while the automation is running. That is the purpose of the picture-in-picture mode. All right, so that's about it. And now we can move on to the next step.